Chris, drop the intro.
Fucking rhyme with a fucking style. Fucking rhyme with a motherfucking style. Wait a minute, that's not.
That's the wrong intro, but we'll take
it.
What's up, everybody? This is a Social Nostra Breeze Shooters collaboration, and today's episode is sponsored by Create Leverage Clothing.
What's up, everybody? It's Lou from Breeze Shooters Podcast, and I'm here to talk about our new sponsor, Create Leverage Clothing. Create Leverage Clothing is an online distributor of fine clothing wear. If you're in the market for tops, hoodies, jackets, bottoms, pants, sweatsuits, velour suits, you name it, they have it. Go to createleverageclothing.com and place your order online. The order will arrive to you within 7 to 10 business days. Kevin, the family at Create Leverage Clothing are a minority-owned business, so go out and support your local minority-owned business. They have quality wear, and they promise to get it to you as quick as possible. Again, that's Create Leverage Clothing. And when you go there, say Breeze Shooters sent you, and don't forget to use promo code BREEZE15, and Kevin, the family, will take care of you.
And with that being said, we have this.
Go ahead.
Remember
to breathe. Remember to breathe.
No.
We're shouting out people.
No, we're going to talk about that because Kevin kind of called me out on it. But there we go. Today we have CEO, founder, and creator of Create Leverage Clothing to jump on with me and Chris and talk about how the clothing line came about, what's his motivation, and all that good stuff. And Chris, if you don't have anything to add, you have anything that happened you want to talk about? Recap?
I always got shit to, but let's get to the important stuff first, and then we get to my stuff.
Finally, he understands. He understands. He understands what's going on here. Let me see. Kevin's coming in. Mr. Kevin Lee is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Kev?
I'm hanging in there, man. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Yo, Kev, Kev, I love the backdrop, man. I love the backdrop.
Oh, yeah, I got to have it, man. Create leverage, man. When I wake up in the morning, I need to see that.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Kev.
Most definitely.
Chris, this man is always on the grind 24/7, man. 24/7.
So, does it remind you of anyone?
Huh?
No, you don't. No, he doesn't remind me of you, Chris. He actually works for a living. He works for a living.
But I'm always grinding, man.
No, I can see the resemblance. I can see the resemblance. Lou might not can see the resemblance, but I can see the resemblance.
And Kevin, that's what matters. I don't care about this guy. He's always I've known him half my life. He's hated me since, and he still hates me. But I leave him alone, man.
Right, it's a love and hate relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
I can dig it.
So, Kevin, let's get back to you, brother. So, how did Create Leverage Clothing come about, man? What is it about?
Well, actually, Create Leverage Clothing came from an idea. I was in prison. I was on my bunk, and I was going through a transformation period. I knew that I had to do something different. I knew that I was tricked, and I started understanding the system. So it came about on a bunk in prison. So I used the clothing line to convey the message that you can go from in prison, or you can go from being one of the misfortunate people in life that wasn't dealt a good hand, that you can learn, educate yourself, and become part of the solution and forget about the problem. And I just used the clothing line to convey the message, which is Create Leverage Clothing. See, it's all about creating leverage, putting you and your people in a better position in the system, because that's what it's all about. You have the politicians do it. You have the businessmen do it. We're creating leverage right now as we speak. So that's what it's about. It's about creating leverage to put you and your people in a better position in the system. Because that's what the system is broad, is big, but the position in the system is what you can change. And that's what Create Leverage stand for. It's about being an example that you can go from a bunk to an idea to actually manifesting a thought and put it into action.
Hey, Kev, before we go any further, do you mind removing your shades? Only because I can see the monitor off the glass. There you go. There you go. Cool. So Kev, with that being said, though, so you're in prison and you're coming out. You have this idea, but how do you get this off the ground? Do you have any background in making clothing, selling it, distributing,
marketing?
No. I've always been a hustler. So one of the first things that I had to my advantage, which everyone have, is to hustle. When you wake up in the morning and go to work, that's a hustle. When you wake up in the morning to go to work, you're creating leverage to try to put you and your people in a better position in the system. So to answer your question, no, I didn't have any background. I like fashion, but what I did know is that if I surround myself with the right people, the right team, that I can make it happen. Because coming out of prison from doing 8 years, technology was something that I did not understand. So I had to surround myself with the right people, put the right people in position, like I said, position to allow my dream to manifest.
Kev, you know that's a true sign of a leader, right? A leader doesn't have to be the smartest person in the room. He has to realize he has to surround himself by the smart people, and that's how you lead an organization, or that's how you impact a movement, and which is great because it shows me that you're on the right path. You just said something right now that sparked something in me, but
was a position, the system?
No, so
prison.
All right. So let's stay there. All right, so cool. You come out and you surround yourself by these people. What's happening in the beginning? Like how are you getting this? Because what I'm trying to do here, Kevin, is I'm trying to convey to young entrepreneurs that want to take a step like yourself. What's the groundwork that they have to do in order to get to that next step to get product moving? Like what is the first things that you had to do to get this dream going?
Believe. Before you find the distribution, the manufacturer, the product, first you have to believe that you can actually do it. And then you have to foresee yourself actually doing it. So that's the first thing that you have to have. That's the first thing that I had. And I was very receptive to my team, you know, to give me the information and Google, because nothing that I'm doing is new. People have written books, published, you know, all types of things like that. So I Googled a lot of my research and I did my research. Got a pen and a piece of paper and I did my research. You can start off by simply asking Google, how do you start a clothing company? And it will pull up, yeah, simple as that. It will pull up a wealth of information. So anyone that is trying to do something, there is no excuse. There's no excuse that I'm ignorant and I don't know this and this and that. I'm giving you the simple, basic tools that you need. Use Google. Ask Google questions and Google will give you your first step to taking the first step. And that's what you have to use.
Kev, where are your clothes currently manufactured? Is it in the States or is it overseas?
No, I have an overseas manufacturer.
Got you.
Mhm.
And for folks that are looking to go that route, is that something I know to get it probably manufactured somewhere else is cheaper, but the import taxes and all that, are they heavy?
No, they're not. They're not heavy. They're not heavy. They're reasonable. You know, paying taxes is a part of doing business. But to answer your question, no, they're not heavy. But just understand that paying taxes are not heavy, and paying taxes is a business expense. You know, that's something that you have to do if you want to create leverage and take your business to the next level. So don't be afraid to pay taxes, and also understand that the government give business owners tax incentives to start a business and run a business. It's contributed to the economy.
So how long did it take you to find this vendor overseas? Like, do you have how many vendors do you have to go through before you found
Well,
the right quality?
you can go to Alibaba. You
Okay,
can go to Alibaba, and dealing with overseas, it's a risk. It's a risk with dealing with someone that you have not seen, because you have different scams, different, people trying to get over on people, and so on and so forth. But you have to do your homework on your manufacturer. Like I said, Google would take you anywhere and give you a wealth of information. So do your homework on your manufacturer, and if you do your homework in an efficient way, you should come out on the green end of the stick.
gotcha. In terms of sales, how are you doing? Are you moving just locally, or is it you're
It's
seeing some growth?
national. So right now I'm only in the States. I'm strategically building my notoriety in the States first before I venture off, international.
Your brand. You want to. By the way, the concept, Kev. Let me interrupt here for a second. The concept behind it, I love it. I love it because I'm always, you got all these memes and punchlines and stuff, and there's one that's always stuck by me. I always said the system ain't broke; it was built a certain way. All you got to do is what you just said, Kev. Now, if we mope around and when we're down or in prison or in whatever life's hardships that life throws at you, if we're gonna use the system as an excuse to not persevere, then we're just gonna stay stuck. So your message, your story, I fucking love it because and the name hit me now. Lou been talking about this, Chris. We got a sponsor. The guy's cool. Let's do this, boom, boom, and creative leverage. I've even reposted your stuff, but now the name has a lot more meaning because of the story behind it. And those are the things that I like to see. I like to hear. Those are the things that Lou likes to see and hear. And as you can see, your message. There might be a young kid out there, boy or girl, and they're not thinking about entrepreneurship. But wait a minute, let me do this. Let me see what's going on. Because you're giving them, information like you said is out there. And 99% of the people that walk this earth, probably even closer to 100%, they have a smartphone, a tablet, the information. You have a whole encyclopedia in the tip of your fingers. There's no excuse for you not to find your niche somewhere. So
Yes, sir.
I commend you, and like I said, then I love the name. Now the name makes sense. Now it has a story behind it, and I love it. Congrats
Yes,
on it, bro.
The create leverage, it really, really means something. Like, it's not just a clothing line. It's not just a brand. It's what people do unconsciously. We try to create leverage unconsciously our whole life, but to put an actual name to it and explain to people what create leverage is and how to create leverage and always try to level up. Like you said, you got a lot of people that are victims of life, that went through the struggle, that's going through whatever. You got to get out of that mindset, and you have to step up and step out. Else, you might pass that along to your children. It might be genetics. So, like you said, it's a great concept. I live by it. You see when I wake up in the morning, I want to see this every morning, a big sign. It's like a visionary board or something like that.
Yep.
You want to create leverage, man. And I really appreciate you guys for having me, for, allowing me to come on you guys' platform. I really appreciate you guys networking with me, allowing me to give out my message, like you said, to a young man or a young woman that never probably thought about being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is what's in this capitalist country. It's either you're constantly buying or you're selling something. Now, don't get it confused. We are all consumers because we all have to buy something. But if you are buying more than you are selling, then a lot of the times you're going to be underwater. So I promote entrepreneurship. Like I'm writing a book as we speak called How to Bet on You and Start Your Own Corporation.
Oh, nice.
How to bet. Put your money on you. Don't put your money in the stock market. Now, I'm not saying nothing wrong with the stock market or whatever the case may be. I'm not biased about the stock market. What I'm saying is bet on you and start your corporation, because the government give tax incentives to business owners, people that are providing jobs. You know what I mean?
How big is the team right now, Kev, at Create Leverage?
You guys are part of my team.
Oh, there we go.
Everyone that's listening is part of my team. So
Gotcha.
if you're listening to this, you're part of Create Leverage team, and I really appreciate you guys for just listening to the message. So to answer your question, if you're listening to Breeze Podcast, Coast to Nostra, Create Leverage, Kevin Lee, Chris, Lou, you are part of the Create Leverage team.
That's what I'm talking about, Kev. And Chris, I don't know if you saw some of the Kev shirts, but it has a balance scale, and you see it. That's like it kind of sums up the whole concept of creating leverage, and it's pretty cool, man. Hey, listen, Kev, when you're not modeling for the company, because now I see why he sent me a text by accident. He said, "Man, I'm trying to get the waves." And I see he got the Steve Harvey line up. He looking fresh. I said, "Yo, Kev ain't no joke on the way."
Yeah, I'm trying to get it together and keep it together, man.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you, Kev. Hey, man, listen. Like I said, as soon as we started talking, I knew I could vibe with you because I receive other offers from other guys, but I didn't feel there was a chemistry there. And I told you from the beginning, I said, Kev, I think the come up is happening at the same time with me and you. And I think it just makes sense for us to kind of grow together. And I like that.
Yep, you said that.
Yeah. So I do like that we met each other, that we had the opportunity to meet each other, and that we're working with each other. And I hope for only good things to happen between us moving forward. And like Kev said, create leverage. That's what it's all about. What are some things that is there anything that you want to share in terms of future promotions coming up that people can look out for, or other areas they should be looking for you?
Social media, websites.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on getting in Zoomies and Tilly's. I'm already in a few retail stores, but if I get into Zoomies and Tilly's, you guys can go in there in every mall. My website is createleverageclothing.com. That's create with a K. My social media is createleverage.co. And always remember that create has a K. And I'm just grinding. I'm just networking. I'm trying to empower the people. Like I said, I'm writing a book called How to Bet on You and Start Your Own Corporation, and just trying to be an example and grow and network and, build with like-minded people. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys. And us didn't happen by accident.
No, you're right about that.
This engagement, it was meant to happen. So let's keep it going, keep it growing. And like I said, createleverageclothing.com, create with a K. Createleverage.co. Always remember, create with a K.
Don't forget to use a promo code Breeze15 and Kev will look out for you. Hey, yo, Zoomies is a good look. You get in there, Kev, you good. You're real good.
If I get in the Zoomies, it's the numbers. See, in business, if the numbers add up, then it's a good deal.
Yeah.
And if the numbers don't add up, then it's a bad deal. You simply have to renegotiate, or you might just have to walk away. So we're trying to work out the numbers. The product and the platform is already there. The numbers is what we got to work on.
Gotcha. And I know you're going to get there, Kev, like with anything.
Yes, sir.
It's a climb, but once you get there, it's going to be well worth it, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The numbers are gonna go off the fucking roof when I put on, because I ain't home yet. When I get home, Kev, I'm gonna put on the stuff, and you're gonna see what it's gonna be.
The numbers go up.
They're gonna go up.
I believe it. I can see it right now.
Kev, it's going to motivate you to start an Under Armour line. Tight fitting clothes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, but Kev, it was a true delight catching up, brother. And like I said, I really look forward to us working together. And as I promised you, the video clip now at the beginning is going to be a lot better. It's going to be smoother. Kev was kicking my butt. So he said, yo, Lou, practice your lines better, man. Let it be smooth.
Yo, Kev, you don't know, Kev, you don't understand what I go through with this guy. Because, you know, I only listen. This is very simple. I tell people all the time, you know, he's the brains and I'm the brains and the talent. Because I bring extra stuff, right?
Right.
But I see him focus. He been talking about you, Kev, for quite some time. And then when he got into the intro, I'm over here. I'm afraid for his life because he ran out of breath. And I'm like,
Right.
relax. Listen, you gotta know your limitations. We're big dudes, so you know. At some point, every 5 or 6 seconds, or every 5 or 6 words,
you gotta take a breath.
You know,
calm down,
and there you go. And your message will be clearer and better. But you know, but he working out. I got my eye on him. I got my eye on him.
Whatever we do, man, we're not gonna give up on him, man. We're not gonna give up on him.
Oh no, we can't.
Kev, first time out wasn't bad. 28,000 views, brother. Still growing.
I saw that.
28,000 views. So it's only going to get better, man. It's only going to get better.
Sir.
And actually, me and Chris, like I didn't want to disclose too much, but me and Chris, we're on to something else, which hopefully will make that number jump even more. So, like I said, it's a good marriage between us. I think we're meeting at the right time, and hopefully this takes off, and we're both mutually happy with
and continue to create leverage. Continue to elevate and think big. And what's the next step? What's the next move? Continue to create leverage to put you and your people in a better position in the system.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that.
Kev, it was a true pleasure, man. I'll talk to you, brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one, man.
Take care.
Be safe.
You too. Likewise.
Yo, how you looking? You good?
I'm good. The fucking electricity went, so now I'm just here sweating balls.
We call that a nice sopa de bola. That's ball soup.
I'm pretty sure you didn't have to translate that.
Oh,
even
man.
the most non-speaking Spanish people, they're gonna get that one.
Oh, yo,
great dude, man.
Super great dude.
His story is amazing. I like his story.
No,
and the name behind it, the create leverage. Like I said, when he said his story, the name had a lot more meaning now. The brand had a lot more meaning. But guy, what you gonna say?
No. Kev's a phenomenal dude. And the thing about him, Chris, the hustle doesn't stop, man. He's up early, just grinding, just moving him. And I wish him the best, man. When you see a guy like that, you want him to win because,
100%.
It means a lot from the community and minority people just to see somebody doing something important like that.
I like this. I like the story because he's creating, he goes creating leverage. He's creating opportunities. He's creating, and he didn't, like he said, he was in probably the lowest point of his life. He was in prison. He didn't let that fuck him up. He took it and he made it into, he turned a negative into a positive. And God bless him. And listen, people like that, they do make it, Lou. I don't, I there's no doubt in my mind. But no, listen, you've been having, I know I'm not around, but I'm around. You've been moving a lot.
No, wait until you get back. I got a nice surprise for you.
Yo, happy birthday to your father-in-law. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, Jorge. Oh, man, he did it up like a champ, man.
Happy birthday to Wormy, Steve.
Happy birthday, Wormy. Happy birthday, Big Mach.
Mo.
Oh, yeah, Big Mo. Happy birthday.
Yo, that picture you put up.
Yeah, man.
Yo, that's at least 30 years ago. You motherfuckers.
No, we were in high school. Me, Mo, and Willie Sweet, comedian Willie Sweets. We all went to high school together. We're Boom.
Is it me or in that picture? Mo looks like Charlie Villanueva. Remember that basketball player?
Oh, the kid. I think he had leukemia or something like that.
No, he didn't. I don't think he had cancer. I think he probably had like something, but I don't think it was cancer.
Yeah, but Mo did look like
hair. He looked like I said, yo, what the fuck?
That was probably junior year of high school, man. I don't know where the hell we were, but we were at some type of event. But
so Willie's the only one that looks the same.
Yes.
Like you never changed. He looked like an old man then. No, you and Mo look like young puppies. Motherfucking Willie Sweets looked like he was a substitute teacher. Like the gym teacher with you guys. my two star players.
Oh man. Big rest in peace to AJ Johnson. Is it AJ Johnson?
AJ Johnson, yeah.
The comedian from Friday,
Ezekiel.
Players Club. Yeah, I mean, he's just
What did he pass away from?
So this is the thing. I was on Michael Blackson's page, and him and Michael Blackson worked together. So I guess they developed a good bond. So Michael Blackson said that AJ was at a store. I guess he was at a store and he suffered a heart attack. But the crazy thing is he didn't have no ID on him. They didn't know who he was. They took him to the hospital and he died by himself because they didn't have no ID. They didn't find out his identity until they did the dental work. And that's how they were able to find out who he was. And then Michael Blackson then goes on to say, again, this is all alleged. This is coming from Michael Blackson, that he didn't really have nothing. He didn't have no money. So he's doing a fundraiser now. He's like, whoever contributes. So if you want to help AJ Johnson's family and I guess burial costs, go to Michael Blackson's page. He's matching all contributions, and your name will be on the list of people that contributed. It's unfortunate,
sad,
Yeah. But remember, we were talking about that Friday movie. None of those guys got paid. I think Chris Tucker said he only made 10 G's.
10 G's, and I heard Witherspoon, rest in peace, John Witherspoon. He said that everybody there made $5,000. The only one that made a little bit more was Chris Tucker and I think Cube.
Cube had
everybody else, yeah. But he wanted to put his own money up. It's a quick, crazy story about that. I think we spoke about it. Cube wanted to put his own money in there, and then Paramount came in and the fucking movie blew up. But yeah, it's sad, man.
But I'm sorry, Chris.
Posted it.
But staying in theme with today's conversation, that's what Kevin was talking about: invest in yourself. And we were talking about it last week with the basketball player. You see more people are like, you know what, I'm investing in myself. Because when you invest in yourself, you're all in. So had Cube did that, maybe if he would have just received funding and still maintained the owner's rights and all that stuff, he could have had royalties and all that, and everybody would have they could have probably did well off that franchise. But rest in peace though. It's really sad though.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, going out by yourself and nobody knows who you are. It's sad. It's sad.
It's sad and it's crazy. Even if he didn't have no ID, was he homeless or something like that? Was he?
That I don't know.
Because nobody said he was missing or anything. Because normally, somebody's gonna say somebody's missing if you're in contact with any family member. I don't know. It's crazy.
They knew that nobody heard from him, and I guess a couple of days. I think he died September 3rd. Today's the 20th. So I think the news came out last night. So
wow,
nobody had seen him and nobody knew where he was. So I don't know. I don't know if he was down and out or because he's a stand-up comedian. So I don't even know if he was.
He's a stand-up comedian. You know what's funny? Oh, it's not funny. It's crazy. This month also, Norm Macdonald passed away.
Yes, a icon, man. This guy was.
What did he pass? You know what it is?
I read it. But it slips on mine. I don't want to report something inaccurate. But
so now that you were talking about, and sorry to interrupt you, Lou, that you mentioned a heart attack. There's a study, and when I get back, I call Willie. I call our brother Willie, because they do provide the service where he works, and I'm gonna go do it. It's a test called CRC, and it's basically a scan of your heart. It only takes 10 minutes.
Mm.
The good thing about this scan, and they recommend anybody over 50 to do it. I'll recommend anybody to do it at any age because not for nothing, and I'll get into it in a minute to break down the levels of it. You could be, I know you've heard or known people that have had heart issues at 40, at 30, at 20. Age is not so I don't care what age you have. I'm telling everybody that hears us that go find out. I think it's $200-300, but most insurances cover it. CRC. They take a scan of your heart. It's like you basically go, it's like an MRI machine. MRI, you get a scan of your heart. It only lasts 10 to 12 minutes. And what that does is it takes pictures and it sees that there's calcifications in your arteries.
That's actually a worthwhile exam. And Chris, that goes both ways. Heavy, skinny, in shape, because you
100%.
don't know what's going on inside you. I seen slim dudes that were in great shape, boom, lose their life because of heart attack. They think it can't happen, but you don't know what's going on inside. That's crazy.
Exactly. And sometimes our bodies, we're in a situation that whatever we eat, we show because we get big. But there's skinny people.
You more than me. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, when I say big, I mean
easy. You did that, and a pound of sweat went to the wall.
It's a 10-minute duration test. Like I said, I spoke to Willie before I had to go on my trip. I spoke to Willie, and he told me that they do it there. So when I go back, I'm gonna do it just because I want to know.
Looking for the. I see how you move here.
Hey. What I'm saying is, if you, God forbid, let's just say I go and they see a little something, I'm able to take care of it. Because if you go,
you go see a specialist. You share your results, and
100%. But what I'm saying is, let's just say I don't do the test, and I just go about my life the way I'm still living. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get the zipper. You know, the zipper, that quadruple, the triple, the bypass.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that, and that's major life traumatizing surgery. So my suggestion to everybody who listens, I don't care your age, you should go check yourself out so you have a starting point. Because like Lou said, you could be skinny and maybe there is some plaque forming around your arteries, and you're able to either with nutrition or with medication or whatever, or natural remedies, but you're able, and then after a certain time, you do it again to make sure that whatever you were doing is working. But this wasn't in our script today. But when you told me about
it wasn't, Chris. I thought it was. My bad.
No, it wasn't in our script. Is that, you know what it is? When I see an opportunity to inform the people, I inform the motherfucking people. I'm not just here because of my pretty fucking face. I'm not a trophy wife, Louis. I'm not a trophy wife. I'm here. I bring shit to the table.
Woo! And it's not just bread.
So, in conclusion, before I was interrupted, people look it up. CRC testing. It's just for the calcifications. It's a test to see the calcification or the amount buildup in your arteries, how your heart is doing, what percentage is working on. I'm going to be doing it. And you know what? I'm going to be sharing. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my results with you and our followers because it's important. I know I'm good.
Yeah,
Strong like bull.
Listen.
Yo, the rock sent me this shirt.
Focus. Yeah, you should focus. He's telling you focus. He's like, pay attention. When Chris shares his scan, it's gonna look like a pepperoni pizza. It's gonna look like this.
No, it's a pyramid. Have you ever seen a pork show? The pernil, nigga. My heart is the shape of a pernil.
It's a pig on a hamster wheel.
It's gonna be a pig connected to a fucking pernil connected to my arteries, man. Yeah. Oh, God forbid. But no, but it's very important, man.
No, that's actually good stuff. I'm glad that you brought that up because I wasn't aware of it. So and that's what it's all about: just informing each other, helping each other out, man, and trying to grow old together, man. Because it's unfortunate, so many lives have been lost, man. Like in the last year or so, man. It's like, wow, who else?
Exactly, staying real quick on the little health topic. You know, the numbers of COVID, everybody talking about COVID. Before COVID, 600,000 to 700,000 would die of heart related issues, you know, of heart disease. So, you know, we just have to become a healthier society, you know, and most likely this COVID shit won't even, if we were more healthier, why the United States have been getting hit over the head with COVID? You could say that obesity, they could inflate the numbers all they want, but the fact of the matter is that over 40% of Americans are obese, minute obese. And then you have another percentage that is morbidly obese. You fall into that category. And then, you know,
what's that next category?
For those of you that don't remember, I used to say that there were 5 levels of fatness. Reason why I say used to say is because now there are 6. I met the new one in Las Cruces. The original 5 levels are big, healthy, husky, fluffy, and damn.
That's you.
I'm obese.
Where blood type is gravy. You fat bastard.
Yeah, I'm trying to relay a serious message, man.
You can't throw a jab at me and say you're trying to relay a serious message.
No, it wasn't a jab. You in the scale. I don't want to put your business out there, but in the scale of obesity, you're in the morbid level.
Chris, I hope that house goes on fire right now.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another week and another episode. The support you guys have been giving us is tremendously appreciated. But again, we are on all major social media platforms. That is IGTV every Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. YouTube. Please, I see people watching, but subscribe, man. Tell a friend. Subscribe.
We're getting the views, but we're not getting the subscriptions. Which is to me is let me find the word that I could offend people, but they won't understand the word. I'll go back to it, but it's kind of stupid.
What Chris is trying to say, it's like going to the stovetop, putting the oil in the pan, taking the meat out, but not cooking it. Just looking at the stove. It's one step. Put it in the pan.
This is a good piece of steak, motherfucker. Yeah, put it in the pan, cook it, and you're gonna see what a fucking filet mignon is. That's what mignon. That's what they call me. For me and you, I'm a filet mignon.
Filet mignon. I'm not even gonna say it. So check us out on our Facebook page. Please subscribe and follow us there. You can always catch us on Ruko TV. Season Roku. Deja Vu TV. Finally, season 1 is completely up. You can see season 1 episodes are up. And next week will be our 2-year anniversary. Trying to plan something nice for that.
I put up the video of what happened last year, Lord.
It ain't no maybe you get dumb crippled. That gonna run through your muscle mouth, your tongue will send these niggas freaking sucker shit, you weak. You know this Puerto Rican nigga might go fuck your chick and speak. Now this your dirt nap, verse with no cap, nigga. I murked that first lap, first whack, nigga. Wow, I heard that you moderate, timid and you basic. Niggas with that bottom shit, kill him in the basement. I put my brand on my back.
Listen,
put up the fucking video what happened last year. This year is gonna be crazy.
It might be a Fat Joe thing. We might call you the day of to show up. It's gonna be lit. But thank you for tuning in. And Chris, you have anything in closing out?
No. So people, please, you know, and I hate to. I don't even want to say please. You know. We know you enjoy the content. You give us feedback. You text us and you just hit the subscribe button, man. Listen, I'm saying this for you people. I'm not saying it for me or not for Lou. I'm saying it for you people. We are on our way. You don't want to be the ones that after we're there, because Lou's a humble dude and I'm a humble dude too. But after I'm in a certain place,
I could see it. You're very humble.
I'm extremely humble.
I think I think what Chris wants to say, you don't want to be that guy that, I wasn't on them early. You want to be the guys like, yo, I was on them early. So just
Well,
jump
on
on
you. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody on me.
Bye, people. Take care, man. Yo, Chris,
See you later.
get some
Peace out.
salvation there, man. Don't sweat at that. Later.
Later.